Hey, what's up everybody? Yeah, I know I'm wearing a Cubs jersey, but I'm going to a Cubs game tonight. But I want to go ahead and talk about some different things that I do to stay productive and how you can stop wasting time and especially waste time with people. So, one of the first things I do, let me go ahead and let me try to walk you through my morning. Just recently, of course I start my mornings with a workout. It's super important. I always like to work out. When you work out, you just release so much energy, you just wake up, relieve stress. It's one of the best things that you can do in the morning before you do any task. So I like to work out. Recently, I've been starting to work out at 5 a.m. So when you have a schedule where, midday and then sometimes towards the end of the day is pretty busy, it could get a little hectic, then it's always best to try to push, your workouts. And of course, if you have some different chores to do or different errands to run, if you can run them, earlier in the day, if it fits your schedule, then it's always best to do that. I don't like doing things later in the day or doing things midday because the rest of the world and the other people are always doing stuff during the middle of the day and towards the end of the day. So it's really important that you get things done during the morning. Now, not necessarily do you need to wake up every single day in the morning to become successful, but just recently I've been waking up at about 4:30, 5 a.m. to go to boxing classes. I really like boxing classes because it's high cardio, high energy. It makes me feel good. I feel really alert. I feel really attentive throughout the whole day, so it's super important that I do that. Then I do the shower, I do all that good stuff, and I like to go in the pool. The reason why I like to go in the pool is because it gets my mind free. I'll either do that in the morning or at night. It really comes down to whichever one you choose. And also, when I wake up, I always make sure that I know what I'm eating for breakfast. I don't like wasting time. I don't like spending time on Yelp looking for what's the best breakfast place. I know exactly what I want to eat for breakfast, so I don't waste any time. One of the best things you can do to not waste any time, especially if you're working from home, is using DoorDash or and I'm also not being sponsored by them. DoorDash. I use Uber Eats a lot, so they come to me. I mean, why should I spend time in traffic to go get food, sit down and pick it up, then bring it back and get stuck in all that traffic? No way. I get to work from home. When you're ready, you're here, perfect. I get to see on the app whenever you're here, and I get more work done. I also like to have a schedule. So I don't necessarily have a calendar, but I do have it on my phone. I always put reminders, and I always put, call this person or do this or do that, if I need to schedule something. And whenever I'm going on Instagram, I like to make sure that my posts are pretty much the same time every single day, or my Instagram story posts are always the same time every day. Also with YouTube videos, I try to stay really consistent. I try to post, the same time every single day. Well, every other day or whichever way I want to post it. If I want to do one video every week, or 2 videos every week, 3 videos every week, or every single day. I like to keep it consistent. It's super important that when you have a schedule, you're not going off here, there, here, there, here, there. It just messes with you mentally. As long as you have everything structured, then it's going to go way freely and you're just going to go with the flow that way. And especially when you're doing meetings and you're meeting with people, this is so important. I don't like wasting my time. And especially when I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting a lot of money doing it. So I don't like my money being affected, and with people wasting my time or me wasting my time, it's going to affect my money. So one thing you can do to combat that, sometimes, it can go good, it can go bad. Sometimes, of course you're going to figure out the kind of person that you're talking to. I like to make sure, hey, are we 100% doing this? We're for sure, because if you're not serious, I don't want my time wasted, and I don't like wasting other people's times. Saying it like that really puts into perspective that, hey, the other person that's talking to you, the other person that's talking to you knows, I'm either doing this, or I'm not doing this, or I'm going to be on time, or I'm not going to be on time. I hate people, I can't even stress this enough, I hate people who are late. If you're late to meet me for dinner, you're late to meet me for lunch, you're late to meet me for breakfast, because typically whenever I go out, I'm like, okay, I'm going to meet up with this person. This is how long I'm expecting to stay there. I'm not looking to stay any longer, so I'll cut the conversation short. I'll do all that stuff. I got other things to do. So let's go ahead, let's talk about our biz, talk about what we're going to get done, and that's it. Make sure that when you're meeting with people or on phone calls, you already have a time, you already have the idea of how long you want to spend on a phone call, or how long you want to spend out to eat with somebody. It could be a client, it could be whatever it is. Also, whenever you're prospecting and stuff like that, it's super important that you guys are always qualifying. You don't want to mess with people who can't do this, can't do that, don't qualify for your business, don't qualify for your service, don't qualify for you. It's super important to weed everything out. Also, you can have what's called a VA, a virtual assistant. So if you need Instagram stuff, you can literally purchase a bunch of courses and then give them to your VA. Say, hey, I'm going to pay you this, but you need to get all these courses done so you can do all the work for me. Having someone else do the work for you takes a lot of time and work off your shoulder. It's super important. You can go on I believe it's freelancer.com and hire someone from India for what, $100 a month, $200 a month maybe. That is really, really cheap. You know, even you can do like graphic design work for about $5. Depending on where you live, they offer like concierge services. So what I mean by that is, you know, you can tell someone, hey, you know, I need to do a personal errand, and could you do this errand for me? So like where I live, they do concierge. So that's a really good benefit. I mean, depending on where you live, I live in Houston now. They do concierge, they do stuff like you can say, hey, you know what? It's kind of like my servant. But if you can afford a servant, then I highly suggest you guys get that. But it's super important that you guys don't waste time on people, don't waste time on the wrong things. Don't sit there and scroll through your phone, especially if you got a lot of work to do, because if you're not, you know, building your business or thinking of different ways you can build your business, then guess what? You're gonna go down. So make sure you always have stuff to do. You always have work to do. Try working out, try waking up early and doing something. If you wake up early and you don't have anything to do, then why don't you just go for a run? Trust me, when you do these things, you're like so alert throughout the day. Especially when I walk my dog, I make sure it's like, 30 minutes at a time. You know, if I get a lot of work done and I'm done for the rest of the day, then, you know, we can stay out as long as we want. But make sure I have a time on every single thing I do. And I really hope this video helps you guys out with your productivity and not wasting time on the wrong people.